Hello, fellow Factorians, and welcome back to my Pyanodons challenge run. During the last episode, I started cotton gut studs bootstrapping. That was my major task, and I ran the episode long to be able to hit that target. So, of course, during the hands-off period, cotton gut studs stopped reproducing after a while, and the effort was a little bit wasted. But not to fear, because I have plenty of episodes before I absolutely need those cotton guts reproducing in the cotton gut area that I also set up. And it was good, like I'm trying to stay ahead of the curve, and if there are mistakes, I can catch them. So there's a few mistakes for me to address this time, and also more scrambling to stay ahead of the curve as I want to hit a lot of the low-hanging fruit inside of my task list for logistics science. And that's especially important because with the text that I'm unlocking, I think I'll be spending the subsequent episodes, the one after this one, the one after that maybe, doing things that are more infrastructure related rather than toward hitting that logistics science target that I've set for myself. During the hands-off period, I was looking ahead at what I would need to do to hit some of those smaller tasks. In particular, I'm going to build a primers build. I was also itemizing all the mistakes that I'd made and seeing what I need to fix and improve, and checking against the YFC calculator to see what those targets really should be. YFC is definitely a godsend for people playing Pyanodons, especially playing a Pyanodons run with this sort of challenge engaged, and I highly recommend you check it out. Check out the community edition because that's the continuation from the original. So let's jump into the episode and see how I deal with some of those smaller items in my task list. So we've got a lot of bits and bobs to deal with today, and some fixes to address as well. So I'm going to work on the fixes first because one of them is a little bit infuriating for me, especially since I ran that episode long last time to get my cotton gut studs going, and they did not keep going. So I need to fix the fact that I was wrong about black liquor being burnable. So I could not void it through this oil burner, and I'm just going to have to remove it and put it back. So that the tall oil can go through, and the black liquor I'm going to put in a tank. Now, I can set up something to burn and void it. It's just that I would need to find a space for a gas fire in here, and there is currently not really that much space for a gas fire in here. So I'll make sure this tall oil gets voided, and then move on to the next thing. Hopefully this is going to work out just fine. Okay, yeah, I've got my my cotton gut food being made now. Great. Did make a little bit of spoilage, but not too much because I limited the amount of fish eggs that could be put on this belt. So next task, or next actual small opportunity, is that I noticed that you can make phytoplankton out of jerky rather than making it out of tin. Oh, I actually want this guy to not run off. Let's have him come back here. Okay, I'll grab him on the way back. So yeah, you can make jerky out of, or sorry, you can make the phytoplankton out of jerky. There's a recipe there. Don't run away. Come back to me. All right, he's back. Yeah, it's just since I don't have to use up tin grade 1 anymore, I can get rid of a caravan, or rather switch a caravan out and get rid of a caravan outpost that was collecting it. It's just nice, especially because I've got a jerky problem that I have to go address. So I'm going to build a couple of buildings and get rid of all this tin 1 that I grabbed, and then be right back. So the jerky problem that I've got is that despite adding a couple of caravans here, I did not manage to clear everything out. So I also need to add a couple more slaughterhouses, so it's okay that I have to work on this at this point. So let me yeah, I need to find room to clear out all this jerky. Yeah, it's kind of a mess. Fortunately, the Pi devs have made it easy to retarget the outpost that you're using. You would just right-clicking on the thing. And I can go ahead and copy that onto the other caravans and get them to come back before they wander halfway to Never Never Land out there. These guys are really trying to make a break for it. And now they're coming home. I also want to set up one that will pick up the jerky from here and bring it to the depot as well. Alright, I've added one more caravan to jerky voiding duty, and I probably need to add a couple more. I also need to clear out some of these buildings because they got jerky into their byproduct area, and I don't have a way to get the jerky out. I didn't expect the 4 hours it takes meat to spoil to become a problem. Silly me. So I'll have to monitor this. Fortunately, at the moment, I do not need this system to be working at full rate. So yeah, it's not the worst thing in the world if I have to come back here and fix it again. Anyway, on to working on something else. And let's see, what will my something else be? To add to the fact that I'm going to need more slaughtering, I need to have a little bit more chitin voiding, so I'm going to set that up. And I also want to have slightly more aromatics production because I have more light oil than I thought I would, so I can set up another one of these DDCs to turn it into aromatics. Alright, and with a little bit of pipe rerouting, all of that work is done. Yeah, right now my tar processors are not running at full rate because my syngas is not running at full rate. Alright, next item of business. Next item is to come up here and do a little bit more cleaning on my Iron 1 patch. There's some miners that need to go away, and I can salvage them, and it's really nice that Pi has made it so that, you know, like these old tier 1 miners get used in other recipes so they don't clutter up your inventory, which it's extra nice for hard mode because, you know, you want to limit the amount of byproducts and boxes you've got sitting around, at least if you're playing it well. I guess I have chosen to sometimes put a lot of stuff into chests when I shouldn't have, but yeah, even so, I've done a pretty good job of making sure that I avoided every single thing that come out there except my zinc hoard. So I'll clean this up and be right back. Cleaning up that belt has brought me over to my automation science area where I do have something I want to address, which is that a couple of native flora farms have, or the collectors have died over here, and I kind of want to, oops, inventory is full, and I want to, it's slowing me down slightly, so I'm running under 720, it's closer to 715, so I want to kind of put them back someplace that I can use them. Like, I can scrape the edge here. I can also turn around a couple of them that I have extra sitting around. So, yeah, I'll just make sure that my automation science runs at full tilt. Let's clean up my task list a bit. I've adjusted the automation 1 flora collectors, cleaned up Iron 1, I changed plankton to jerky, and I fixed the black liquor. Do I have, I think I needed to come, yeah, I need to come over here and fix the copper miners. Even more of them have bit the bullet, so I'm going to grab these. Kind of doing a grand tour around the base, doing some fix-it stuff, but yeah, that's just the way this episode's going to go. All right, that's taken care of. Wanted to make sure that the miners around the edges got priority to finish their work, and so they could get deleted, and the ones in the inside then could take over and do the lion's share of the mining. All right, next item of business. Let's find out what I need to do. I think the next thing I'm going to do is work on this plasmid area. Yeah, it's a complex little build. It's got two parts really here. You have the plasmid manufacturer, which is glassware, laboratory instruments, incubated petri dishes, and zognobacteria. The incubated petri dishes are being direct inserted from these microorganism mines, and there's just a belt of petri dishes that's going to go ahead and feed them. I'll have to bring in glassware and the lab instruments from elsewhere. The zognobacteria is being made on site. I've got some zognobacteria being made over here, so I've got the ingredients available. Zogna is just lamps, wood, petri dishes, and pressurized air from these pressure pumps. And then I'm making basic substrate. This is basically just a copy of the builds that I've got over here to feed Pi 1. But yeah, all of this is in preparation of making an ingredient in logistics science called solidified sarcoris that I don't have researched yet, but I'm trying to stay ahead of the curve for some of this stuff. Because like I mentioned, I'm going to be working on other things the next couple of episodes, so might as well get going on as much science as possible. While I'm stopping in here to grab some moss modules, I also need to remember that I need to connect some water to the new tree farms that I built with batteries. Yeah, okay, that'll fix that. And yeah, let's get started on this plasmid build. Bring over some ingredients from the battery build. It is a little bit spaghetti the way I'm doing things here, I realize that, but sometimes spaghetti just works. I'm not actually going to connect this build to make it run because the cellulose can spoil. The microorganism mines will constantly run, picking up petri dishes and then having them spoil, putting them back on the belt, and then repeating the process. And I am going to try to be a little bit more cognizant about not turning on builds that I don't need, because yeah, power was not as much of an issue, or didn't run as close to running out as it did the other episode, but it did dip for a bit, and there's one problem that I need to address with that as well. I don't mind this moss farm starting though; those won't spoil. All right, I will let the wood through so these burners are pre-warmed up. But yeah, this is not as complicated as it looks. Yeah, let me know if you want me to do more build review. I am planning to do, once we hit logistics science, another build overview like I did before, but I just never found a good, I want to do it right now. And logistics science would be a good stopping point. Well, not stopping point, but a good interim point to point out the intricacies and the follies of what I've built. So that is plasmids knocked out of my task list. I fixed the new trees water. That's the note for me there. So what can I do next? Ooh, I also sped up simple circuits a while ago, so I can remove that from the list. I am going to address more hot air, I think. More hot air and slightly more latex. So let me get building some buildings, because, yeah, I need to fill that in and fill in some stuff over here. One minor thing I need to do while I'm down here is to... Where's my antimony caravan? Let's find him. I need to adjust how he sorts out where he's picking up his antimony oxide from. So the last one needs to go first, because this is the one that is... Yeah, this is the one that has to be emptied out, because it's the one that is getting the antimony grade 4 from the antimony grade 3, and this blocks the build if it's not done here. So I guess I could... maybe I could adjust this. Yeah, I guess I'll go down there and fix it a different way as well. But yeah, all these caravan outposts are almost full with antimony oxide, which is a reason that my power didn't actually die during the hands-off period, because the antimony oxide build shut off, as it should have done. Alright, now to go off and add some more hot air. Alright, so as soon as these heat up, hopefully this will start kicking over. Let me double check that I've got everything connected right. Probably do not. Alright, now all the coke oven gases are correctly connected. Yeah, this is the 250. Good, this will be enough hot air to make the logistics science, and even a little bit extra for extra glass. I might also have enough so that I can start tearing down some of these and replace it with a better design, although I probably will not actually do that. Also, I need to adjust the valving here a little bit. Okay, all good. Next item of business. I'm going to work on adding that last little bit of latex, and hopefully that'll be it for the pre-train base. Alright, this new latex build is almost done. I just have to set up some stone mining for it, and it should be good to go. I don't mind hooking this one up and turning it on because my latex is really limited by... Oops, didn't bring enough underground, so I'll have to go grab some more. But my latex is limited by consumption rather than production, so if I turn this one on and it starts making some, that'll just mean other ones stop. Alright, great. Looks like this slaughterhouse system has cleared itself out of jerky. So that's fantastic. Let's go finish off that latex build. Next item of business, and second to last, is I need more glass. So despite the fact that I've mined a total of 5 different quartz mine areas, it's not quite enough. So, yep, this is my 6th one. Off to work on that. Just need to build up the buildings and head out there. All right, this build is almost done. I just need to hook up the pipes. It's similar to all my other quartz builds. I mean, it's basically identical to the last couple that I've set up, so nothing special here. But it does mean that I will be ready to go on molten glass for logistics. All right, now these pipes are hooked up. I have one more thing I want to do, which is to fix a geothermal plant. But before I do that, let's check on what I've worked on. So the plasmids are, of course, not going to do anything. Latex. Let's look at latex. It's running. No, it isn't. No creamy latex. Unfixed belt. I will have to go address that. Be right back. Alright, this belt got misaligned when I was moving things around, so let's put that where it should be and check the other builds that I made. So, what else did I work on? Generative heat exchangers. Yeah, these are just full of hot air, so they're not going to run. But they are set to work, except there's my treated wood. Okay, I guess I've exceeded what that one inserter can do. So I gotta go fix that. Let me guess, I'm gonna have to fix everything I worked on. That would be a shame, but not completely unexpected. Alright, faster inserter should sort that issue out. Yeah, that looks like it's the only problem. And it did get up to temperature, so it was just not getting... Yeah, these last two were just not getting it. Okay, last thing to check is the cotton guts. Of course, that's broken too. Let me go fix that. Okay, this is a weird one. How did this pipe go missing? Did I accidentally delete it? Sometimes I swear these pipes just vanish. They disappear like phantoms. But that should get fish eggs going again. This is not running because, okay, you have fish here that you cannot get rid of, but that means you can't get rid of the biocrud. So that should be fine. As soon as the fish eggs get made, might as well clear out this biocrud. Alright. Yeah. Well, this will get going again. I do have almost 600 cotton gut studs, so things did get made, even if it was not ideal. Let's bring my train back. Decided I'll just keep running cotton guts as long as I can because, yeah, even though I only need 2,000 for the build that I've set up, might as well just keep it running. Okay, now the fish eggs are being made, and that should kick off the process again. I have a tiny amount of black liquor in this tank. Yeah, so it'll last for as long as I want to run this. And plenty of fiberboard and plenty of treated wood. Speaking of treated wood, I'm going to go fix a geothermal station, and I might as well bring some with me. This geothermal station also had missing pipes. It's a plague, but these missing pipes meant that the steam that was not recharging itself, so it ran out of fuel much faster than it should have. So that's taken care of. And that is the last thing I want to accomplish for the episode. So let's jump into hands-off time. Next episode, I am planning some more significant infrastructure work and finally going to get to my mall. So that should be exciting or terrifying, depending on how the design works out. Thank you so much for joining me. Sorry this episode was, again, a little bit all over the place, but I am trying to make the most of my time so that, one, I'm going to have time to debug everything before I get to logistics science, and also so I can work on something like the mall or the train base. And in fact, I think the episode after this, I'm going to start looking at doing things on trains. So, see you next time.